Welcome to my live stream for New Year's Eve. And unfortunately, I had to stop this live stream because my parents didn't want to be they didn't want to be in my video for 30 minutes, so I had to cut some of it. I wanted to do 30 minutes, but my parents didn't want to. I just feel like sneezing right now. Now, I've been sick starting on Tuesday up to this day all week, because so what I got for Christmas this year is I got a ice tub to go outside so I can do my ice baths. But little did I know, I was doing so much ice baths. On one time I did 2 ice baths in one day. And it was way more taxing than I thought. And I was borrowing trouble about our older dog. My fear of him dying also was a contributor to why I was sick. And on Wednesday was horrible. My temperature was up to 105 degrees. It was scary. Concerned my parents whether I should go to the hospital. But what my mom did was she put me in a bathtub full of Epsom salt and lavender bubble bath to calm my body down. But I'm doing better though. Now, enough talking about that. So, that's what I wanted to describe what happened with me during this week. Alright. Comment on the live stream on the side on what your New Year's resolution is. My New Year's resolution is to get Indiana back into Central Time. Because I hate waking up in the pitch black darkness for school every morning. Comment on the side of the live chat, if you experience the same thing.
Elmo's top 10 countdown is coming in 2 minutes.
Why is your face there?
Oh, you gotta do Elmo's top 10 countdown for your year? Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
2 minutes.
It's almost time, Mom. I'm so excited.
I've also had this idea for Taylor that... Also had this idea for Taylor for Sesame Street for the ball drop and then his top 10 countdown. Alright, I'm gonna point my camera to Taylor. Alright, Taylor. Hey, Taylor. When the clock reaches 16,
Yeah.
play Elmo.
Okay.
The wait is unbearable. I know. We can't have Edie miss it.
472 feet above.
Well, it's probably too late.
What a beautiful sight. More than 2,600 Waterford crystal triangles.
The ball
You gonna
drops
come up and watch the ball drop?
now.
Alright.
Oh, because we're all up here.
Alright, ready?
Okay.
Alright,
Elmo, top 10 countdown ball drop.
1 minute longest time player first ever ball drop.
alright. Alright, guys.
Countdown ball drop to on
The wait is
2022.
unbearable.
Countdown straight.
30 seconds before your first ever ball drop. Are you excited?
Here.
Excited.
Alright.
Alright, guys.
Alright.
It's coming.
Okay. Alright.
Ready? Okay.
Yes. You timed it perfectly, Taylor.
8, 7,
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year 2022!
It's January 1st.
Happy New Year!
Hey, January 1st.
Good job, Elmo.
Yes!
Way to go.
I'm gonna miss
Happy New Year, guys. Happy 2022.
New Year for
We did it.
Son! 12 a.m. Everyone's up at 12
22.
a.m. this time. Just like me.
In order to treat myself,
No.
no,
Now it's 2022.
I can stay on for 10 or 15 minutes to discuss things with me, and if you want to discuss your New Year's resolution with me, feel free to put them in the comments on the side or the live chat. Right now I have 2 watching, and that's better than nothing. In any moment now, I should be hearing fireworks. It's now 2022. It's not 2021 anymore. I mean, it's 2021. Yeah. The sad thing about my sickness right now is that I can't run in the 5K that I would plan to run tomorrow, because it's taxing on my body, and I have to let it recover fully.
Yes, and happy ending. Thank you for watching the ball drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. It's 2022. About the ball drop. Say good night.
Now, it shouldn't be midnight here in Indiana,
Time to go to bed now. Oh, right.
but it's not midnight in the 12 of the 92 counties
Good
here.
night. Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
we live in a gerrymandered time zone.
Bert, it's time to go to bed now. Alright, thank you.
I'm gonna be on for 10
Good night.
or 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes more. I don't really have anything much to say, but if you want to ask me questions, feel free to put them on the side or down in the comments below. Right now I don't hear any fireworks. Tomorrow I'm just gonna sleep in and get my nutrients. You know what? One question. Do you think I should go to my room where it's quiet so that I can answer your questions? Or do you want me to stay out here and answer your questions out here? I guess my room, I guess. Let's go to my room where it's quiet. Alright, my room it is. This is my last live stream / first. Right. There's Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Lucy, say hi to the camera. Say hi to the camera. Hey, Ethels. Here. Ethel. Those are my guinea pigs. Alright, guys. I'll be going to bed at 11:20. No. 12:20. Alright, so you can ask me any question you want on the live stream side, on the live chat on the side, and I will answer them. Feel free. And I'll I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh. Let me go to my own live stream. Because I'm live here. Oh, that's me. Okay, I hear fireworks right now. Now, if you have any questions for me, this should be a part of my New Year's resolution. There is one thing that came to mind. Change.org. Ten supporters. Nice. All right. One thing that I want to mention. This. Permanent Central Standard Time for all of Indiana. Why do I want to do this? First of all, we have dark mornings, bright evenings, heart attacks, strokes, and you name it. Why do we have dark mornings? Well, it's because of daylight saving. Well, let me get to that later. More importantly, why is Indiana in the wrong time zone? Because we have dark mornings. When we're in the wrong time zone, such as Eastern Time for Indiana, we have dark mornings, which means that our biological clocks they're not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna do a little act real quick for you guys here. Yeah. I'm gonna do a little acting for you guys here. If I can stabilize my camera here, so you can see here, I'll do the best I can. Here we go. Now I'm gonna go to sleep. And the alarm goes off. Turn that alarm off. Ugh. I just want to go back to sleep. It's so dark. Why do I have to go to school that time? I felt like this as a teenager. Why do I have to go to school in the morning? It's pitch black darkness. Can you relate to me? Yes, I can. I'm gonna stop doing that. This is the problem that we face here in Indiana today. I have a hard time sleeping. I have a hard time getting energy in the middle of the day. I have a hard time getting up, which is not fun. And there are car accidents. There are way more car accidents in the dark. Believe me. If you don't believe, if that doesn't convince you enough, look how many well, that's only one of them. On top of that, daylight saving makes matters worse. There's this bill that Senator Rubio introduced to Congress called the Sunshine Protection Act. But it's not the Sunshine Protection Act. It's the Shifting Act, as James C. Clark puts it. As you may know, I did a speech on this live for you. But what does daylight saving mean for you? Put your answer in the comments on the live chat below, and I will look at them. For me, daylight saving is just, for many people, logically, it's just a shift in your hours. Daylight saving does not extend your days. In fact, the sun duration is just the same, but our hours have changed. And it's lobbied by special interests and corporations trying to make so much money. Why are they trying to make money off of daylight saving? Because in 1930, the petroleum industry noticed a huge connection between daylight saving and the increased spending on gasoline for its citizens back in World Wars One and Two. And it claims to say, and the government claims that it conserves energy, but it doesn't. Here, I'm done acting now. If I can position this camera. Why does daylight saving not save energy? Because according to Catherine Porter, daylight saving costs Indiana homes an extra $8.6 million in electricity bills from chugging air conditioners. This was a 2007 article. Now, I didn't orally cite this, but it was rats. I don't really know. But I did this speech on this, so you should know already. Okay, where was I? Side effects. There are side effects in daylights. There are heart attacks, strokes, car accidents, sleep deprivation, and daylight saving. Let me ask you a question for those watching right now. Do you hate waking up in pitch black darkness for school, especially in daylight saving, that you have to lose an extra hour of sleep? And it's so dark outside, your alarm goes off that you have to reluctantly get up and turn it off. It's so inconvenient. Not many people want to experience that, but yet the government, the special interests and lobbyists, they make so much money off of this. But yet, let's get to the side effects of the Sunshine Protection Act, shall we? Because this happened back in 1974. Back in 1974, there were very bad side effects with daylight saving time. What does daylight saving time actually mean? I'll give you a figurative example. So, what can I use? No. What can I use? Let's use this pencil, for example. Which part should I cut off, figuratively? So this is the duration. So pretend, I'm just finding an example here. Pretend that this is the duration of the sunlight that we have in a given day. But daylight saving, eraser part, cut. This part's cut, connect it to the other side, and it's a longer pencil. Do you think it's a longer pencil? Eraser. Of course it's an eraser. Here. So, sun duration. I just thought it ranked. Anyways, now, duration of sunlight. Guess what? I'm cutting this off. Cut. The eraser part is cut off. I'm connecting it to this side. And it's a longer pencil. Wait. How can it be a longer pencil when I cut one part of the pencil off? That doesn't make sense. That's exactly what happens in daylight saving. It's like cutting off one part of the blanket that's covering your head and transferring it to your feet and calling it a longer blanket, or cutting off one part of the rope and tying it to the other end of the rope and calling it a longer rope. It's the same. Exactly. It's just the same old duration of sunlight that we have in a given day. You can't change the amount of sunlight, the duration of sunlight that you have in a given day. It doesn't work like that. What was the result of daylight saving time year-round back in 1974? First of all, millions of school children were going into, like the blanket metaphor. Yes, I have used that in my speech. What was the result of this? Millions of school children were going into school in pitch black darkness. More 16, 17, and 18-year-olds they were on the road in pitch black darkness. Accidents soared. Parents and schools protested about this. After just 8 months of this experiment, Nixon resigns and Congress repeals this experiment, which is why federally it's illegal to do daylight saving year-round. So it comes no surprise that daylight saving was meant for money and hurting the American people. It was never meant to conserve energy or expand your hours into the evening. Here is a excuse me for my stuffy nose. Here is my theory on what really happened in World War II, but I'm not 100% sure of this. If daylight saving makes consumers spend much more on gasoline, because of increased gasoline consumption and daylight saving, and the special interests started lobbying to keep this going because more gasoline equals more money, I wonder if we used daylight saving in the past to make more to have more time to make more weapons instead of conserving energy, because all they tell us is that it conserves energy. But where's the evidence? Where's the evidence that daylight saving conserves energy? Exactly. There is no way that we can prove that daylight saving conserves energy. There are some articles saying that daylight saving, cuts down on energy by 0.5%. But I know it's not true. What's the point of conserving energy in daylight saving when you have air conditioners running 1 hour earlier? That doesn't make sense. Come on. What about heart attacks? When people lose 1 hour of sleep every year, now, the effects don't happen very much. You're not going to see much effect on the Sunday, but on the Monday is where all the problems occur. On the Monday, after the switch forward, that's when all the problems occur. Heart attacks, stroke, car accidents, you name it. They all go up. Here is this is why I'm giving you the message to help me join forces. For those watching, for those living in Indiana right now, we gotta do something about it. I know that this is what makes Indiana such a unique state. And here's the kicker. Most of Indiana did not observe daylight saving. But only 2 sections of Indiana actually switched their clocks forward. I have to do more research on that. Which is why I went 4 minutes over. Okay. Here's what I'm asking from you. This is my petition. Permanent Central Standard Time for all of Indiana. So what you do is I don't have much to say. So tomorrow, I'm going to send you the petition. I'm going to show the petition tomorrow morning. Will you guys come back at 11 a.m.? Will you be willing to come back to this live stream at 11 a.m. so that I can show you what we can do to make this change here in Indiana, and maybe federally as a whole. We need standard time for all of this country. We cannot let those special interests and lobbyists ruin America. And that's one of the problems we have in this government. When government takes control, they tend to start causing problems. Alright, I'm going to stop talking now. Have a great 2022. Happy New Year, guys, and it's now 2022. I'll see you next